The most powerful tool that you have right now in your life, in your body, is your mind. That's why the enemy fights you in your mind. The devil doesn't have to tie you up for you to be bound. He just has to tie up your head. With stress, with worry, with aggravation, with low self-esteem, with pettiness, with anger, with hostility, with rebellion. And he can make you physically sick because your mind is sick. Lay your hands on your head and say, give me a new mind. Give me a new mind means give me a new perspective. Give me a new perspective. Give me a new way of looking at my situation. Give me a new way of looking at my circumstances. Get my mind ready for this year, because when I get this year, there's going to be blessings, there's going to be miracles, there's going to be opportunities. Oh yes, there's going to be some struggles, it's going to be some challenges, it's going to be some tests, but even the struggles are an opportunity for me to show off the victory if my mind can handle the change.
If you can take it, you can make it. If you can take it, you can make it. All right, you train, you fight way harder than those other guys, and you win. You get out from under them. If you can take it, you can make it. You can do this. Just gotta believe you can.
There's some things I'm not taking with me in the new year. Everything that's inflexible and everything that's not ready and everything that's backwards and everything that's negative and everything that's condescending and everything that's carnal and everything that's holding me back, I refuse to take it over into another year and waste another new year with an old mind. Don't shape yourself around the comings and goings of this world. Don't shape your opinions and your attitudes around circumstances that you cannot change. If you go into another year and waste another year with the old mentality while somebody's in the hospital begging God for the opportunity that you have right now, you better step into this moment. As soon as you decide to stop looking for answers in other people and miracles somewhere down the yellow brick road and click the heels of your mind, you could have been free years ago. If you can get your mind out, you can get your money out, you can get your family out, you can get your job out, you can get your career out, you can get your health out, you can get your prosperity out. If you can get your mind out, no devil in hell, no weapon formed against you, no enemy that hates you, no witch that hexes you can stop you from being free. If you can get your mind out, grab yourself by the head and say, we're coming out of this. Tell them I'm coming out head first. I will not face a giant without you. I will not make a major decision without prayer. I will not bring somebody into my life just because they please me. I'll submit myself, my destiny, my future over to you. You are my foundation. You are my rock. You are my fortress. You are my strength. You are my defense. Without you, I can do nothing. You are the substratum of every dream I have ever dreamed in my life, and I will take no promotion you don't want me to have, and I will accept no friend you don't want me to have. You're my rock. You owe him a level of commitment. You owe him a level of commitment. It's wrong for you to think that you're going to give an offering and God's going to bless a business you ain't committed to. Bless a marriage you ain't committed to. Bless you in school and you won't study. Bless you as a saint of God and you won't walk like a saint of God. Who do you think God is? Somebody playing in Vegas? God is not hitting a slot machine. God is a guaranteed, definite I am, the mighty God, a sure blessing. He told Abraham, I swear I'm going to bless you. Ain't no chance, ain't no doubt, ain't no joke about it. If I told you I was going to bless you, I will open up the windows of heaven and wonder why I thought I'd be further than I am at the age of. Let me tell you why you are not further. It is not the devil, it is not witches, it is not demons, and it's sure God ain't haters. You are not any further than where you are right now because you have never thrown your whole self at anything in your life. You take a half-committed man and a half-committed trifling woman and put them together and they'll have some half-committed trifling kids and the whole house will be half-committed because children will be what they see. Stop fussing at your kids. They're a reflection of you. Your second commitment is to family, and it's a very important commitment. Through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, you have to believe in the we and the us and not the me and the you, or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. You gotta come home when you're in love, and you gotta come home when you're not in love, or you're not gonna make it. And stay there till the love comes back. It's a commitment. Y'all don't want to hear real truth. You want to hear fairy tale Hollywood shake and bake stuff, but in reality, it's a commitment. Commitment to your dream. You cannot get people to believe in your dream until you believe in it yourself. Stop asking people to invest in things where you have no investment. Stop asking people to deliver something to you where you're not willing to go to the wire for yourself. If you don't learn to give like you learn to get, every area that there is not reciprocity, it will die. Reciprocity. What do you give back for what you get? If you're not committed, you're not going to make it. Even the ones with the personalities you don't like. You have to be committed. Through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, you have to believe in the we and the us and not the me and the you, or you're not gonna make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling. Until you have had the taste of finishing, you will not respect yourself. Until you follow through, until something is done, come hell or high water, tears and struggles and pain, and you go through it anyway, and you show up and you continue to fight on no matter the circumstances. After a while, something begins to wither inside of you. Anytime you need something that you can't give to yourself, you're at the mercy of somebody else, and when they don't come through, you got pain. And what you become is the consequences of what you didn't get. It's an urge. It's an urge. Truth be told, every champion has felt it. Every president has felt it. Every king has felt it. Every lion has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit. Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the family for it, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much, but don't you quit. Don't you quit. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. You do make a difference. As weak as you are, as tired as you are, as many mistakes as you made, you do make a difference. There is something they would lose if you were not there. There was something that they would miss if you were not there. You do make a difference. Do you believe anything bad enough to fight for it and sweat for it and work for it?
Wow, man. What a super positive message that was. I mean, let's think about this. You literally have the greatest tool in your possession, which is your mind. And that being said, what is it in your head right now that you're telling yourself that, hey, you know what? I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not good enough. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. There's people who are super afraid of who they are, super afraid of success, super afraid of anything that has anything to do with them actually progressing. And the fear is crippling. You have every right, every means within yourself to be the best person that you're meant to be. And if you continue to stop yourself from doing that, you're only crippling the the progression of your self, spirit, mind. I just know for a fact, like, there's so much within me that I just thank God for. And I thank God for my talents and the multi-talented nature that I have. Because think about it. You yourself can go out here, man. You can spend money. You can be the coolest. You can do everything you want to do. One thing you can never, ever, ever, ever do, or will never, ever, ever be able to stop, is the fact that life itself won't stop. The only thing you can control is you. I know we've all heard that. That's a cliche statement, but that's the truth. Do not base your life upon the comings and goings of this world. Very powerful and true statement. The reason I use that as an opener, that full 13 minutes there, was because of the fact I myself have used that for over a year, that very clip, for over a year of my life in order to encourage me. Before I started Well-Rounded Consulting, before I started the Well-Rounded Coaches podcast, before I did any of this, before I had a website, before I started selling things, before I started believing in myself, before I started actually living out my dreams, I played that clip almost every day for a complete year. I was obsessed with the fact that I had to get better. I had to move forward. And the reason is because of the fact I was running from the person I was meant to be. How many of us out there right now are doing the exact same thing? How many of us out there right now are afraid of who we are, who we're meant to be, and what we're meant to be? Because we got everything within us telling us that we can't do it. We got everybody around us telling us that we can't do it. We got our families not supporting us. We have our friends not supporting us. We got people looking down on us. How many of us are out there like that? Let's think about this thing, man. We have a lot of us out here right now that are just struggling and hurting, full of pain, full of pressure. But I'm telling you, man, if you can take it, you can make it. just like that says, if you can take it, you can make it. There's nothing within me right now that says I can't make it. There's nothing within me right now that says I can't take it. Because of the fact I'm not just motivated, I'm not just built upon my emotion, I'm not just feeling like I can do anything in the world. But what I know for sure at this point in my life is that everything has been placed within me from birth, and I need to go ahead and use those things in order to get to where it is that I need to be. I don't need to be sitting around wondering or researching exactly who I am. I need to go ahead and use the tools that were put inside of me in order to get to where I need to be. And some people may have the question, well, where is it that I need to be? I'll tell you where you need to be. You need to be exactly where you're supposed to be. Now, that didn't seem like it answered the question. So let me try to dive in a little more. Where you're supposed to be is in tune and in touch with exactly who the heck you are at this very moment in your life. That's where you're supposed to be. That's where you need to be. There's parts of you that are screaming for you to just pay attention to me. You give so much attention outward, but don't put any of it inward. Wake up in the morning and instead of jumping on Facebook or any social media platform and checking it, do a little self-introspection. Pray if you pray. Do a little self-evaluation. Take time for yourself, for goodness sakes. Love yourself, for goodness sakes. Stop giving yourself away to each and everything or each and every person out there. Stop letting yourself be torn apart by any and everything out there. You have so much value to give. And if you're sitting there not giving that value, if you're sitting there just wasting time, if you're sitting there just giving away your money, if you're sitting away just giving away the precious moments of your life, you're sitting away giving away your head, you're sitting around sleeping around the day, you're sitting there just not being exactly who you are, what are you doing? Wake up. It's time out for dead people. It's time out for dead spirits. It's time out for dead motivations. It's time out for anything and everything that is not to the progression or anything that has to do with your life. It's time out for that. I am tired of seeing person after person after person be exactly who I was and not try to be exactly where I am because of the fact they're afraid of their own shadow. We have to stop being afraid of our own shadow. We need to stop being scared of the person that we're meant to be and live up to the hype. Do what we're called to do. Be who we're meant to be. Be where we're meant to be. Do what we're charged to do. Not the things that make you emotionally fired up, but the things that actually get you to where you need to be in this life. Stop playing around with your purpose. Stop playing around with your time. It's people losing their life each and every day out here in this world. You have every opportunity for you not to do the same. And if you play around with that, then guess what happens? You're just like the person who is physically dead. If you're not living in your purpose, you're not even alive. You're just here. Your space, your time. You're wasted. Live in your purpose. Do what you're called to do. Put your mind to it. Throw your whole self at it. Give yourself 100% of it. Let yourself loose. Go forward. Don't hold back. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Don't let nobody put something in your head to tell you anything other than, oh, if I'm not, put it like this. If they're not on your team, they're not on your team. Either they're with you or they're not. You cannot make people be anything other than what they are to you. You understand? You can't fold people, make them, shape them, anything like that. For them to change, it takes a supernatural power for them to change. You can't do it. You can't make them fit in with you. You can't make them go along with you. You can't do anything except for be the best person that you're supposed to be, allow them to be who they're supposed to be. And if you guys don't fit together, guess what? You just don't doggone fit. It's time out for games and playing. It is time to get yourself together. It is time. If you're listening to this podcast, it's time. It is time. And I do not want to see another person hurting the way they are because they don't know who they are. Come on, y'all. Let's do this together. Thank you.